is going on? Welcome to episode 64 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh, and this is going to be another one of our mini episodes. Because Nintendo likes to drop stuff after Tuesday when we do our regular show. So, welcome, everybody that's here, hanging out. Really glad you're here. Before we get started, remember you go to audibletrial.com/NPC and get yourself a free audiobook from Audible. Books I recommend: Ready Player One, Super Mario, Console Wars, all really good books. That's audibletrial.com/NPC. The chair I'm sitting in from OP Seat. It is a comfortable, affordable gaming chair. And if you want to save $10 on it, use coupon code N64Josh. That's opseat.com to check these chairs out. And lastly, I do have a Patreon, patreon.com/N64Josh. $1 gets you an extra podcast. There's some other tiers as well. You can check them out. We do some hangouts, things like that. It's patreon.com/N64Josh. Okay, well, this show is coming in a little early tonight because I'm going to be on the Nintendo Dads podcast tonight in about a half hour. So we're going to knock this one out real quick. But there are a handful of things I want to go over. And I do want to say, remember, this is an unofficial Nintendo podcast. If you're looking for the real one, look up Nintendo Power Podcasts. So with that, let's, I just have a handful of windows open here. There are a few articles. This article is a little bit older. It's from the 24th and 24th of January. And this I saw in our Discord chat, which I thought was really interesting. And it's titled 4 times as many developers are working on games for Nintendo Switch this year. And that number is awesome. It's really good to hear that. That means we're going to be getting a ton of games on this system. And I cannot wait to see what we end up getting. A lot of third-party developers, as we all know, they didn't want to develop games for the Wii U because they didn't know if their games would sell. Now, we hear on a regular basis, we've mentioned it on this show, most people say, I wish this game was coming out on the Switch, or if this game comes out on the Switch, that's where I'm going to get it. That's very, 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 very common to hear. So that's good news. A few other things, and I'm kind of going to just rush through this stuff. So guys in chat, if you do have some questions or comments or whatever, I'm going to try to get to some of them, but I am in a little bit of a time crunch. So I just want to make sure we get through this. And some of this stuff we're going to get into further on Tuesday's show as well. So this is a tweet from, his name's Eddie. I'm going to say Makuch or Makuch. I'm not sure. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but this is a takeaway from Nintendo Present Tatsumi Kimishima's presentation, which was it was yesterday. So here's what his tweet says. Here's another interesting takeaway from Nintendo President's from the presentation today. Nintendo is also interested in games as a service with more DLC coming to keep players coming back. So this is a good thing, I think. This is just my opinion. I mean, I feel like the gaming community is a little bit divided when it comes to DLC, when it comes to loot boxes. I think a lot of us are kind of in agreement. There's, we want that $60 to be a complete game. Right. I think there's frustration when a $60 game drops and immediately there's DLC, like day one DLC. And it's like, why isn't this in the game? That can be a point that people get frustrated by. You look at Zelda Breath of the Wild. I put that game down for quite some time. And, even though I didn't fall in love with the DLC, it was still nice to get back into the world. The more I've done in that game since then, I have really enjoyed. I'm impressed by some of the things they added. I enjoy the bike. Like driving around and trying to find shrines right now is so much quicker. And I could have rode a horse and that kind of stuff, but I like the motorcycle. Funny story with that thing, had no clue how to refill the tank. So my nephew played that. And I can't remember if I mentioned it on here or just in stream, but he was playing and it gave him a little notification that, hey, you're out of gas. And then he just hit the button and moved on. And I'm like, how do I fill this? So little side note there is kind of funny. Then realized it just runs on garbage. So it's all good. But we got games like Odyssey is getting, Balloon World. That's just an update. It's a free update. They're not even really calling that DLC. But that's something that's going to get everybody to, probably jump back in, try for a minute. Maybe some people really get into it. I don't know. It probably not something I'll play that much, but who knows? We found out recently that Odyssey sold like 9 million copies. So somebody's going to be jumping in and playing that. And probably some smaller kids and stuff might have a really good time with it. Xenoblade Chronicles had a season pass. Mario plus Rabbids has a season pass. So we can see that this is what Nintendo is wanting to do. Pokken, it launched today, the DLC for that game. I'm hoping, personally, because we play so much Mario Kart, I really want some Mario Kart DLC. Putting in chat says, I'd prefer to buy $100 of DLC for Mario Kart 8 than have to wait for a new game. Yeah, I'm right there with you. So, Mario Kart DLC would be great. And when we see DLC coming for a game like Pokken, maybe there's a chance. I don't know. Maybe not. We technically got DLC with that game because of the fact that it had the battle mode that some say should have been there already, but it's either here nor there at this point. But we are seeing this model now, and I feel like they're doing it right. I don't feel like we're getting nickeled and dime. I don't feel like we're getting incomplete games or games that aren't the full value, and then having to buy more. I mean, we saw clearly when Battlefront 1 came out on the Xbox, that game literally felt incomplete. And if you wanted the complete package, you had to spend $100 to get all the DLC. After all the DLC was in that game, in my opinion, it felt like we finally had a full game. And I understand that game was rushed. That game, they had massive deadlines, but it almost felt like they wanted to test the waters to see how much Star Wars fans would just shell money out because it said Star Wars. And I don't think people really did. I waited until it dropped, it dropped in price. It was on sale during the holiday or whatever. So, DJ just mentioned in chat here, Battlefront 2 sold 9 million copies and EA considered it a failure. So Mario sells 9 million. It must be a failure then. Well, I mean, yeah, I can understand why EA can see it that way, because they're selling to systems that have, how many PS4s are in the wild? How many Xbox Ones? There's a lot. There's 14 million Nintendo Switches, and 9 million of those have Mario Odyssey. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good attach rate, I would say. So, but yeah. So anyway, games as a service, we're getting more DLC. I think this is a good thing. I don't feel like Nintendo is shorting us on the content that we're getting in these games. I feel like they're full games, well worth the $60, and a lot of times they're so good. I want to play more. Xenoblade Chronicles, I want to play more. Like, I can't wait to have more story for that game. And there's already new quests and stuff. So I like that they're just kind of sticking with it and moving forward. Even Xenoblade sold 1 million copies, which I don't think anybody really expected that. And I think ARMS did close to 2 million copies. That's brand new IP. So Nintendo's really kind of knocking it out of the park not only with the Switch, but with the games that are coming as well. Let's see. I have a few more. Oh, yes. So we had quite the discussion in our Discord today about Nintendo's online service that comes out in September 2018. So this conversation jumped all over the place, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of like to stir the pot a little bit. So, Captain Logan says ARMS was barely over 1 million. 1-2 Switch beat it out. Huh. Interesting. The article I had seen shown different than that. So I have to do a little bit of research there and find out for sure. That's hilarious that 1-2 Switch beat it out, though. Need some DLC for 1-2 Switch? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So the online service, I threw it up in the Discord because there was one piece of information that I feel like the verbiage has changed on. And basically, if I remember correctly, maybe somebody in the chat can remind me, it initially said we would be getting these classic games with online features, and we would get them for a month to try them, and then we would have to pay for them. Now, this is what it says on Nintendo.com. It says classic game selection. Subscribers will get to download a compilation of classic titles with added online play, such as Super Mario Bros. 3, Balloon Fight, and Dr. Mario. And that's it. We don't see anything else as far as this is going to be a try it for a month. It just says we get to download these. So are they free games that we're getting with the online service? And so then I threw the question in our Discord, is this the virtual console that we're getting? And oh my gosh, I thought my phone battery was going to die. Everybody went crazy. We were throwing around so many different ideas and what we thought it was going to be and what it should be and what I want this and I want that. And my word, it was pretty crazy. It was about an hour-long conversation of just like, at some points you couldn't even keep up. There was so much stuff going on. But I'm hoping, my hope is that this isn't our only virtual console, that we will still get a virtual console of some kind that just allows us to pick and choose the games we want. But if we get some free games from paying for this online service, that's on par with what the other companies are doing right now. I mean, Xbox, I think it's somewhere along the lines of close to $1,000 in free software each year. I think PlayStation is around the same, and the reality is Nintendo giving us these older games. Yes, they're adding online to them. So that's cool. That's a little added, that's some added content there, but, they've had these games around forever and they're going to sell for I think on the Wii U, what are they, like $4, $3.99, $4.99, So it's not like we're looking at thousands of dollars in software. If this is the case, we really don't have any information. I'm just speculating right now, but I'm hoping we get to see, I don't know if it's going to be 3 games. I don't know if it's going to be 1 game. It kind of depends on how many of these things they have ready. Maybe that's the part of the delay for this whole thing, that we are going to see multiple games each month, and they're just trying to get far enough ahead so that they can drop them on a regular basis. It doesn't look like we're seeing any major changes as far as voice chat coming into the system itself. They are still very much pushing the app. So I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. I know a lot of people want that. A lot of us want to be able just to have voice chat right in the Switch itself. I just don't think it's going to be a reality. So, and then I've got people in chat right now saying there's no need for voice chat. Well, some people like playing Splatoon. I wouldn't mind having voice chat for Mario Kart every now and again, just to hear people yelling at me. And again, this is an unpopular opinion in my Discord, but I want to see Nintendo with some esports games. And if that's going to be the case, we need to have a decent voice chat. More than likely, it's just going to end up being Discord. But it would be nice if we didn't have to have all these cables and wires and goofy headsets and little mix amps and everything just to be able to do voice chat. It is definitely a Nintendo way of doing things. So, I don't know. It seems strange. I don't know what the exact reason is, why they're going with an app instead of just incorporating this into the system. I know in certain cases, back on the Xbox 360, getting voice with the games was, it was a lot of, it was taxing on the system, and it also can mess with your connection some. I don't know if that's still the case here. I'm not entirely sure, but this is the route they're going. So, what guys in chat, let me know what you think. Like, are you going to put one headphone in your ear and then, your gaming headset over the top, or what? I don't know what the best solution is here. Cause are you going to go in public with like your Splatoon headset and then your phone on its hotspot and, sitting and inviting your friends and chatting? I'll be honest, when you invite people with the phone app, it works fine. Like that feature is great. I think if they would just move voice from the phone to the Switch, I think everything else is cool. But I think the voice is the major hiccup here. And the thing is, I remember early on with Splatoon, they said, or Splatoon. Splatoon. I remember them saying that it does not use a lot of data. So if you use your hotspot to play that game on the go, you don't burn through a ton of data. So maybe adding voice like that would just be a bigger load on the system and take away. You're still using the data on your phone anyway, right? If you're using it as a hotspot. So, it is definitely a quality of life issue. And it's not really going to be a huge deal breaker until we get to a game that is really relies on voice chat. Splatoon is probably the closest thing we have to really needing to be able to communicate if you're playing League or, competing at any kind of a level. But other than that, it's more of just a convenience thing right now. And, Discord can do the trick if you're really wanting to talk with your friends while you play Switch. So this is coming out 2018. The prices, $3.99 for a month, $7.99 for 3 months, or $19.99 for a 12-month membership. Here's what it's going to offer you. Online gameplay. It is right now, it's free until September 18th. That means September 18th, if you want to continue playing Splatoon, Mario Kart, Stardew Valley, when it finally gets multiplayer, we got game like Payday is coming out, Minecraft. There's a lot of online games. You're going to have to pay this $20 a year or $3.99 a month to be able to play those games. One of the things I'm hoping, this is like a per Switch deal, like, cause I have multiple family members on one Switch downstairs. I'm hoping that they will be able to, I can buy one $20 membership and it will cover that Switch. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. I'm hoping though. The thing is with paying to be able to play online, this is nothing new for any of us that have been playing on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation through the last 2 generation cycles or since the original Xbox. I've been on Xbox Live for close to 15 years now. So with the same account. So it's just kind of like, it's what you, it's just kind of part of the deal for being able to game online. It's never been a thing for Nintendo before. It's not going to affect whoever's still playing online on the Wii U or the 3DS, but it If you're going to want to keep playing online, you're going to have to pay for this. So here's what else you're going to be able to get from the $20 Nintendo Switch Online app. I'm assuming that's just on the phone, being able to invite people, voice chat, that kind of stuff. Again, classic game selection is here, and it says product name subject to change. Nintendo eShop deals. And then for non-subscribers, no online gameplay, no Switch app, no classic game selection, no Nintendo eShop deals. So when I read that, that's why I threw out the question, like, is this going to be our virtual console? Like, is it going to be tied to the online and we're not going to get, and some people did not like me throwing that out there. So I want to hear from you too. Like, tweet at me what you think of that. Like, no, I want my regular virtual console, or, hey, I've actually bought all these games. See, I'm on the side where I've bought almost all of these games digitally, back all the way on the Wii. So I have a lot of them, have access to all of them. So just to have them again, yes, it's convenient on the Switch, but having something that's a little bit different, and having something that's an incentive to pay for the online. I mean, look, if these games are selling for $5 each and it's $20 a year, we get 3 of them for the first run. By the time we get the 4th one, you've now paid for your online service with just those 4 games. And now there's added value there. But we don't know what we need. A little more communication, probably be E3 before we get any more. Both non-subscribers and subscribers will have access to the eShop, be able to register and manage friends, share screenshots to social media, and access the Nintendo Switch parental controls app. So all of that's still available. So that's Nintendo's online, Nintendo Switch Online, coming September 2018. Okay, the last thing I want to just touch on really quick is it's just a rumor. It's just a rumor, and it said this is from yesterday. It's about Smash 4 port to be announced soon. It's again a rumor. Earlier today, Emily Rogers went on the Nintendo first party thread on Reset Era and said this in response to people debating how much content would be in the hypothetical Smash 4 port. I'm just reading on the Nintendo Switch subreddit right now. I'm expecting Smash Bros. To have a significant amount of new content. This is her response. My expectations, new stages, new playable characters, possibly returning characters. Maybe we'll see some stages from the 3DS version recreated in HD. So that was her response. I don't think Smash Bros. Will be a straight, simple port. They will probably position this as the ultimate version of Smash Bros. Anyway, we won't have to wait too long to hear about it. She later went on to state that you'll hear about it either before or by E3. So this is a rumor. It's just a rumor. She, from my understanding with Emily, in the past, she's been fairly accurate with news and rumors, but as of recent, with a lot of stuff on the Switch, she hasn't been so accurate. So take this with a grain of salt. In my opinion, for Smash, if we're getting the port, I think this is the best way to do it, as far as give us the content from the 3DS, the levels that were there, give us the levels from the Wii U, put it all together, give us some new levels, give us some new characters, and let's start playing Smash as soon as possible. They have said how long they want the Switch's life cycle to be longer than 6 years. Like, they want to keep this thing going for a while. I'm guessing we're going to see an upgraded Switch along the way, just like maybe the tablet itself. But if that's the case, I say give us the port now. Smash 4 DX DJ, exactly. But also, hopefully, we still get to see a true, sequel, Smash 5, on the Switch. I mean, I know some people, I'm reading chat right now, and some people are like, I just want 5. I don't want a port. I totally get that. But to be able to be playing Smash right now, I would take that over having to wait another couple of years. If we could be playing Smash 4 now, up until the release of 5, that's where I'm at. That's what I'd like to see. So, guys, thank you for being here with me in the chat. I'm going to head over I got to jump in a Skype call with the Nintendo dads, and we're going to be talking Metroid Prime. make sure to check out their podcast. Just look for Nintendo Dads wherever you listen to your podcast. You'll find them. This is going to be one of their like retro rewind shows, so it'll be kind of fun just talking about older games. I got to jump over there. Thank you for being here with me live. Thank you guys for listening. Remember, audibletrial.com/NPC gets you a free audiobook from Audible. OPC.com. Use coupon code N64Josh to save $10. I've got a Patreon, patreon.com/N64Josh. You get an extra podcast and some extra content for just $1. And thank you. If you have a second to leave a review on iTunes, I saw we hit 90 today. 10 more hits that 100 mark. It'd be awesome to see that before we hit the 1 year mark of the show, which is February 13th. So just 10 more reviews. If you're enjoying this show, let us know on iTunes. That'd be great. Guys in chat, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the questions. Sorry I couldn't get to all of them, but we'll talk about this more, I promise, on Tuesday. Eric and I will get into it at length, I'm sure, and we'll have a ton of fun doing it. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. We'll see you guys later.